Oh, hello, everybody. Come on in, y'all. Come on in. What's going on? Happy Freedom Friday to you. You made it. You made it through the week. That's what I'm talking about. So, we're going to have a conversation today. Hello, Facebook. Hey, Instagram. What's going on, y'all? I have had so many people to recently ask me some really important major questions who are interested in the industry of network marketing, but because the industry is inundated with lots of different companies, lots of different philosophies, ideologies, products, compensation plans, people are confused. And so I have been in the industry of network marketing for 11 years now. Many of you know I consider myself a queen, a educator, a connoisseur, a lover of the network marketing industry. So this is something I'm very passionate about. And so a lot of people come to me with questions and concerns. They want to know if I'm trying to figure out what companies to partner with, why should I partner, what's the philosophy behind those companies. So I really like to educate people. And so what I'm going to share with you in the next few moments is not the opinion of my company that I'm currently with. It is not the opinion of anyone other than JP Watkins. This is what I think. This is what I believe about the industry. Because, guys, I study compensation plans. I study companies. I study their leadership. I study the timing of the company. I want to know everything from A to Z because, again, I've been doing this 11 years. I've seen people come, companies come and go. I see people launching their businesses, and I see it all because this is what I do for a living. So I'm very well versed on the entire industry. So when people try to recruit me, I'm going to tell you why I would choose a company versus another company. I'm going to give you what I think. So let's start off with product sales. Love products. I use a lot of products. You could probably say I'm a product person. I may have 3 of one kind of vitamin, 5 hairstyle gels if I like it. I'm a product consumer. But that doesn't mean I'm going to sell it. Let me tell you why. People say, I got to get fired up about the product in order to sell it. Let me tell you why that's not necessarily a good philosophy. I remember a mentor of mine telling me years ago, Miss Watkins, the people at Purina are not eating the dog food. They still selling billions of dollars of dog food. They not eating it. So you don't have to necessarily be passionate about the product to sell the product. Is the product a high consumable? Is the product, crossing different demographics? Are you limited demographically to male or female, young or old? You don't want to be limited. Now, the reason that I don't do products is because I'm a builder. Okay, so I'm not a product pusher. I would never get into a network marketing company to push product because really the key to earning money in network marketing is building a team. And anybody who is trying to make 6 figures, 7 figures in the industry of network marketing would never get into network marketing to push products. Okay, that's the first thing. That's like a job. We're trying to get people away from the linear income mindset. That means you clock in, you record your hours. See, as an individual, you can never work enough hours to get yourself rich. So we're trying to get people away from it's just you and to get into building an empire. The way you get rich in America, I don't care what you do, is building an empire. That's why celebrities have what's called royalties, because those royalties pay them well after they're gone and they're dead. But when you're talking about products, typically in most product-based companies, you have a week or you have 30 days to perform with volume. You have so much volume that you and your team have to generate. The more volume you generate, that's how you're paid. Well, what happens is if you and your team do $10,000 in volume for the month, they're going to pay you on that $10,000. But guess what? On day 30, it flushes. It washes away. And then you come on the first at 0. Let me tell you about that grind. I did it when I first started in network marketing, guys. I was a part of volume. I was doing coffee sales. And I wasn't selling the coffee, but the team was selling the coffee. So again, every 30 days, it was back to the grind. And so what happens is you find yourself in product-based sales companies. You got to have a whip. You got to get on your team. And 9 times out of 10, your team is the ones that are buying the bulk of the product. And then they buy it and then they go sell it to whoever their customers are. So that's why you got to have people on cases of whatever they buy. You got to get the team buying. You got to have conversations with people on the 29th of every month when y'all gonna place your order. It's a lot of stress. It's a lot of stress every week, every month, because if you don't do the volume, you don't make the money, you don't get paid. So, and also there's compensation plans with product. They're typically binary based. And I'm not going to get into compensation, differences, but I will say overall, binaries don't pay you as well as matrices or other compensation plan. Binary, you get paid on the weaker leg, and you're always trying to catch up with that weaker leg, and it's very, very challenging. So we talked about product sales companies and how you have to really be a retailer. And if you're trying to make big money, retail is not your thing. Retailing is every week, every 30 days. It's a grind. But hey, people do it and it's okay. That's not for me. Again, this is JP Watkins' opinion. It is not the opinion of anyone else. This is just my observation of the industry. Some people ask me about trade. Stock market companies that teach stock markets. And stock market is good. The stock market is good to trade. But let me ask you a real question, reality question about trading is when you have millions and millions of people who we have to ask to go vote every 4 years. when you have to ask people to just discipline themselves for basic things, how many hundreds of thousands of people are going to work 8-hour shifts and then they're going to dive into how well they can learn the stock market? How many people are you going to get? Because in order to make money in trade businesses, you're going to have to become a student of the stock market. You do understand that, right? How many of your team and you are you going to get to commit to learning the stock market? And by the time y'all off at 5 o'clock, the stock market is closed anyway. So I'm just trying to understand how many, because again, when you're building an empire, you're building for the masses. Here's the other thing about the stock market. Do you know that information about trading is free? If people really want to understand about trading, you can YouTube that. And you don't have to pay nobody nothing for that. So I'm going to pay you to get into your business, and I'm going to pay you $100, $150 a month to keep me in a business that if I really wanted to trade, I could do that for free. So again, for me, I'm just trying to think about if I'm building, is that a good move for me as a female network marketer building? I just don't know if that's a good idea. So then we're talking about lashes. I love lashes. Y'all know I love me some lashes. I wouldn't sell lashes. The reason I wouldn't sell lashes is because now there's this big craze of magnetic lashes. There's companies coming out with magnetic lashes. And I did a research. I went on Facebook and Instagram and I'm looking at, the advertisement. I counted 10 lash companies that sell magnetic lashes. 10. And then I'm thinking to myself, if I'm going to launch a magnetic lash project, what would make me choose one lash over the next? Like how you got to sit down and convince me that your $55 lashes, $55, your $55 lashes that are magnetic are going to be that much greater than the magnetic lashes at Target? Because y'all know Target sell them too. And Amazon sell them too. So it's like all of these conversations, I got to convince you why you should be buying my lashes or launch this lash company. So again, guys, I'm not a pusher of anything. I believe in building teams, and I'm thinking, how would my team overcome those objections when there is so much competition? Now I got to downplay or degrade or talk about why these lashes are horrible versus it's a lash war. It's just a lash war. I don't know about that. Now let's talk, this is what I want to talk about finally, because this really upsets me. As a seasoned network marketer, someone who has been doing network marketing for 11 years, I believe in this industry, and people still ask, is that a pyramid? Is it a pyramid? And so there, network marketing, guys, there are millions of network marketing companies. People are making millions of dollars. They're feeding their family. They've been doing these companies since, I mean, you're talking about a long time, and doing very well. We report to the IRS. We pay our taxes. People do very well working from home, no matter what the company. But blessing circles, blessing people, paying to bless somebody, to pay somebody. Let me tell y'all something. Most of these blessing circles are not gonna bless you. You really gonna get in trouble. Now you're talking about a real pyramid. Because see, if you have a network marketing model, but if you're paying to buy in and somebody else is paying, but what is the product? What is the services? That's the definition of a pyramid, where no products and services are being exchanged. So anytime you in a gifting circle, a blessing circle, you are in danger of the Attorney General shutting y'all completely down. And so what scares me is you get people involved in things that they can get in trouble for, or they just lose money. So when people get into things and they lose money, you lose credibility. So again, I would not be, blessing circle. You find 2 people, 3 people, everybody put in, and it's a guarantee. How long can you do that? Can I do this blessing business, for the next 5 to 10 years? Or is this a quick lick? Why do that? Again, sometimes I think, guys, we have a short-term mindset, a short-term philosophy. We're not really looking from a business perspective, and that's really the way we got to look at it. We got to start looking at this from a business perspective. And so you may say, okay, Ms. Watkins, you're not doing products, and you told us why. You're not doing trade. You told us why. You're not doing lashes. You told us why. And you definitely not in no blessing circle. The only blessing circle I'm in is going to be at my church, and we going to hold hands, touch and agree and pray. That's the only blessing circle I'm in. But okay, this is what I'm doing, why I'm doing it. I am in travel, and there are many different travel companies. The one reason that travel sold me after 11 years was because my income is not based on sales. It's not based on sales. I love not having quotas. I've done quotas, I've done volume. And again, it can be very stressful because my check is directly dependent upon how much people sell. That's very stressful. So in travel, I don't have to worry about what people are selling. They don't have to worry about what they're selling. They sell at their leisure. What I'm being paid on is active business owners. People who come into business, they pay to be active in the business, whether they sell $1 a travel or 1,000. So some people say, well, is the travel business, in jeopardy because travel is on hold right now? No, because I'm not being paid on travel sales anyway. I'm being paid primarily on who is active in my team. And there are a lot of people who are not going to the gym right now, but they're not coming out the gym and they're not canceling their memberships. So people have businesses that are alive and well, and they're working them. Some people are booking travel for 3rd and 4th quarter. It just doesn't matter because I'm not paid. Well, how I'm paid is not based on travel sales. Okay, I am paid on active travel agents and how they remain active. So it's a big difference between the two. And then I also say for people, do you think travel is going anywhere? Do you think the travel industry is going to disappear off the face of the earth? Just because we're in a holding pattern, do you know how bad people want to get out? Do you know how they can't wait to jump on a plane and get on a beach? So guys, it's going to come back, and it's going to come back bigger or better because, again, I analyze business not for now. See, I'm not a person who I analyze business potential or business growth based upon now consumption. I understand that when you're in business, you have to have forward thinking. You have to have visionary type of thoughts. You have to think about in the next 6 months to 6 years, how will this business trend? What will happen with this business? People who have short-term thinking when it comes to business, guys, because they're always jumping from this thing to this, they're trying to get a quick lick. Again, I'm not I'm not judging business or analyzing business based on right now, today. My mind is already on 2022 and beyond. What travel company versus another travel company? Well, guys, here's the thing. My travel company is $200 to join that company. We are travel agents. We work under the IATA of a bigger travel company. And so the great news is that for $200, people have a legitimate business that they can make as much money as they want. There are other travel businesses out there. It's $1,000 a join. It's $500, $1,000. And so you have to tell me, why is your business so much more than mine? What are you offering that is so different? So you got to explain that $800 differential. You got to explain to me why. What is the value you're offering for $1,000 and I'm offering for $200? How are you helping people any different? How is that? So again, the price point attracted me to this company because I know when I started in the industry of network marketing, I didn't have any money. I had $0. So I needed something to be affordable. So the company that I chose, not only is travel not something I have to sell or push or convince, I don't have to worry about the volume or the sales every month. I don't have to worry about, is it expensive for people to join? It's not. I don't have to ask people to be educated about a very hard, topic, complicated. They don't have, travelers, they're going to do that anyway. So all of these things lined up for me. This JP Watkins. All these things lined up. Low barrier of entry, easy, fun concept, great compensation plan, timing was great. Company starting out with stability, debt-free, and tremendous leadership. So I'll wrap up with this. Find out the track record of the leaders. I'm going to just end with this. As you analyze companies and how you pick your companies, I was told, and it is true, everything rises and falls on leadership. And you got to see, who are the people in charge? Do the people in charge of this company have any type of reputation for not being people of integrity? Okay. What are their previous projects? What have they worked on? I remember a company that I almost joined, and these were two really sharp guys. They had been successful in real estate. They started a network marketing company because they know the network marketing module is just a great way to market products. And at that time, this was probably 6 years ago, these guys just jumped into network marketing. They had never built a team. They were just very rich gentlemen, very smart. And the reason I didn't join the company was because in terms of leadership, they had never built a team. And I was like, well, you don't know how to recruit. You don't know the culture. You don't know how to build. You've never built a team. You're coming from theory. They had a theory about how to build a network. They had never built a network. And so even though they were smart, they were rich, I just knew that until you build an organization, you just don't understand the industry of network marketing. So I picked this company that I'm in because the owner of the company, in his previous companies for the past decade, he was MVP. He was the #1 income earner. And he had built large teams and he had sustained them. He had kept them together. He didn't just build a team and then it disappear, or he had built those teams and they were sustainable for long periods of time. And that was what I was looking for. Is someone, if you have done a thing, you can teach a thing. Period. If you have never done it, how can you really teach it? You can think that you know, but until you've actually done it, you don't know, because there's so many variables in people becoming $1 million earners in this industry. And it is a science. It is a science to it. It is a profession. And the only way people can honestly duplicate it is if they've done it. And subsequently, I'm very proud that Mr. Bradley has produced our first $1 million earner in 4 years. And we haven't even hit momentum as a company, but he has duplicated himself in a gentleman named Mr. Shedrick White. So I like to see results. I'm a 6-figure earner, but I have 7 6-figure earners on my team. So it's a duplicate. It's not just I'm doing it, but my team can't do it. I like having duplication. Some of the companies that you're evaluating, if your leaders are successful, ask them, how many successful leaders have you produced? In what time frame? Because if it took y'all 10 years to do it, that's not necessarily attractive either. Like, how long is it going to take me? You may say, well, I'm a six-figure earner. I've been over here 20 years. Well, how many six-figure earners how long did it take y'all? So ask questions now, and ask about the leaders. How many companies have y'all been in? And how long period of time? Because you got people that they jumping from company to company to company. They've been in 5 companies in the past 5 years. And see, in this company that I'm in, I've been in this company for 4.5 years, going on 5 years in October. So you got to find some leaders who know how to settle down and build. They know how to weather a storm. They know how to develop their people. They know how to stick it out and stick it through. They can't be jumping all over. There are some people who are habitual launchers. And I don't know if y'all understand what I'm saying, but I just need y'all to put in the chat. I need the next 10 people. Just write the word. You may not understand. Habitual launchers. What is that, Miss Watkins? That means that they fascinated with the new thing. And they just launching and launching. We in pre-launch. We in launch. We in launch. They always launching something. They just love the idea of launching. So anytime everybody look good in a launch, it's always the honeymoon. See, the launch is the honeymoon. Building long-term is the marriage. The launch is the honeymoon. It's always hot when you're launching. But let me see what y'all doing 2-3 years from now. Let me see how you doing in year number 4, 5. Are you still staying where you at? You still hot? How's it going? Because again, y'all, it's people that they will sell you. They always launching. They never stick and stay. And here's the thing. In network marketing, if you stick and stay, you'll have your pay. That's just a little something. I'm just going to throw that in there. But habitual launchers, they always on to something new, something exciting. And guys, that's the honeymoon. It's not the marriage. The marriage is, how do you have a healthy, long-term, sustainable marriage? That's where people have quality of life. That's like every 6 months, I got a new husband. I got every year, I got a new husband. Y'all gonna look at me like, Miss Watkins, what is wrong with you? But y'all still joining network marketers. They got a new husband every year, a new wife. But you joining, again, this is JP Watkins. It's just me. This is my opinions. I want to be with people who know how to weather the storm, stick and stay, be with a company for long periods of time. And I'm not saying be with a company past, momentum. I'm not saying be with a company past stability. I mean, can you be in a company when it is over? Yeah, companies go through 4 stages. The first stage is formulation, where they form an idea. The first 1 to 2 years, most companies are bankrupt. 90% of those companies to 95% are bankrupt. They can't get off the ground. So necessarily joining a company in a launch is not always smart, because that doesn't guarantee you anything until they can go into what's called concentration. Step number 2 is concentration. Concentration is where you're out of danger, but now you're working out shipping, banking, you're working out issues, computer, IT, whatever. You're working through that in concentration. And if you're lucky to get through concentration and your concept is hot, you got good leaders, you go into what's called the phase of momentum. Momentum that's where millionaires are typically made in network marketing companies. And so with momentum, guys, it's just the sweet spot. It's typically year 5, 4, maybe 5, 6, right in that momentum. Typically 100,000 representatives, a lot of times you hit momentum. And then after momentum is where a company hits what's called stability. And stability is a great place because typically incomes are solidified. So people made a lot of money in momentum. Stability, hopefully they solidify that. It's stable. But in momentum, when you join a company in stability, you've missed the whole, you've missed everything. And so you come into the party like, hey, and we tired, we leaving. So you can't, joining a company in stability is not necessarily helping you to ride the wave. The wave has already been ridden. So you want to typically align yourself with a company in concentration or right at concentration or the beginning of momentum. Somewhere in there where the company is stable, but it's not it's not a dinosaur. It's not in its last days. Okay, so right in there. I hope somebody got something from this today. I hope somebody learned something from my 11-year journey in the industry of network marketing. I've tried it all. I've been there. I study. I subscribe to network marketing magazines. I am on network marketing blogs. You got to become a student. If you really want to do this industry, become a student. Don't just let people tell you anything. Like, study, talk to people who you respect in the industry before you jump to another company. Like, ask and say, hey, what are the differences? You tell me what you think. I'm thinking about this. I'm not sure. And have some intelligent conversations, because when you put your name out there and you start recruiting your family, your cousins, your coworkers, now when it's not working, they're going to blame you. They're going to look at you. So you want to make sure that when you're talking about different things, you're knowledgeable, because we don't want to give the industry of network marketing a bad name. It is truly a safe haven and a place for people for a small amount of money to become big entrepreneurs. But we want to do it the right way. And we want to make a conscious decision to do it the right way and to be successful. So hopefully that answered a lot of questions for you guys. Hit me up in my inbox. DM me if you have any further questions. I'm here to help. I'm here to give information, because I really want you to be successful. Guys, this is a time right now that we will never see the same world again. We're in a transition now where people are trying to search for a new way of making money. It's a new way of thinking. It's a new way of operating. But going back to how it was or normal, that's not necessarily meaning it's the best thing. I'm looking forward to the new normal. I think it's going to be greater later. So thank you for joining me today. Have an amazing day. Be profitable and be well. Bye-bye.